friendliest celebrities I've ever worked with. And yeah, I'm going to cheat again because I have to go with the whole cast and not just one person. And that is Flight 29 Down. I hope you can find it somewhere. It's a lovely show targeted towards kids. And I loved being able to come back to a show. That's the only show I've ever worked on for multiple seasons. So having 3 years working with the same people was just so wonderful. We shot up on the North Shore, just down the shore from where the Lost plane crash was a much smaller plane crash. And that was ours. And these kids all have to figure out how to survive on their own together. And that's really what the show's about in a big way. In no particular order, Alan Alvarado. I used to be able to probably do this based on their call sheet numbers, which that would have been Jeremy James Kisnner, I think, number 1. Lauren Storm, I believe, was number 7. Hallee Hirsh, number 5. Doesn't matter. But we have Johnny Pacar, Kristy Wu, and of course, Corbin Bleu. There's so much talent in that group of, I'm saying kids, some of them were kids. Alan Alvarado was the youngest at like 9 years old in season 1. All really wonderful people. I got to meet not just these talented young people, but also many of their families. We would play poker, the families and the kids, every night except when Arrested Development was on, which gives you some time period for when we were shooting this too, because they loved that show so much. And that was the night we couldn't hang out. So I kind of hated that show because it got in the way of our hangout time. But then eventually I checked it out, and it's one of my favorite shows of all time now too. In Waialua, the production company rented out a 3-story building that was basically a motel for all of the cast. And the first story had hair, makeup, wardrobe, production office in it. It was sleepaway camp for making a TV show. During season 2, High School Musical came out, which is when Corbin Bleu went from relative obscurity to very famous. I threw a surprise party for him on the roof of the building. My buddy Travis set up a projector. His mom took him out for dinner, and he came back to watch the movie, and the building was empty. And he briefly thought, oh, maybe everybody forgot. And then he came up to the roof and saw that we were all waiting for him. I'm getting kind of choked up about it because it was such a wonderful time. Cast took me out, which I didn't realize. It was a thank you dinner maybe it was the next weekend. They told the staff it was my birthday, which I was completely caught off guard by. DJ MacHale, who is the creator of the show, the director, he is one of my better friends. And this show came out in 2005. So we got 20 years of friendship. One other thing about Hallee, one of my production mentors, a guy named Pat Gilbert, who's since passed away, he's worked with everyone. He said to me, working with Hallee reminded him of working with Meryl Streep. That's the level of professional that she was as a 15-year-old, and just good. They always say don't work with kids. This show was an example of why that's not a rule. It's a guideline. It can be more difficult because you can only be on set for so long a day and they have to get their school time in. These actors were just all very professional, very fun to work with, and I would jump at the chance to work with any one of them again.